Good day. Today we will discover the Central Philippines history. Mindoro Island was originally called as Mai by the ancients. It was technically known as Maid and was known to Chinese traders before the arrival of the Spaniards in our land. It is one of the country's top agricultural producers among the so-called fruit basket of the Philippines. Majority of their agricultural products include rice, corn, coconut, tobacco, garlic, and etc. Mindoro was separated into two provinces on June 13, 1950, when the capital was shifted to Calapan. Calapan remained the capital of Oriental Mindoro. Mindoro, once included Maestra de Campo, has since been absorbed into Romblon. And on June 13, 1950, the Mindoro province was divided into Oriental Mindoro and Occidental Mindoro by the virtue of RA 505. There were 8 separate Mangyan groups which are indigenous inhabitants of Occidental Mindoro, called Hiraya, Alangan, Tadyawan, Taubuid, Bangon, Buhid, Hanungnu, and Ratnagnon. While Oriental Mindoro and Occidental Mindoro are the same island, they were split in 1837. As a result of RA 505, the capital was transferred to Calapan and retained as its capital. Baco. Baco is the second oldest town in Oriental Mindoro, behind Minolo, which is now a sitio in a barrio of Puerto Galera. Baco has been the official capital of the province since 1575. It was formerly known as Boco, Bato, and Bacoy. Oriental Mindoro was given the name Mina de Oro by the Spaniards because it was thought to have enormous amounts of gold. Marinduque was a part of Batangas province during the Spaniards' occupation in the late 1500s. It was also the first island where the Americans were here. We had American internment camps, and it is also where the Battle of Pulang Lupa, in which 250 Filipino soldiers were killed. Colonel Maximo Abad's army beat a lesser group of 54 U.S. infantrymen. According to the name Malindig or Malindog, means stand tall or elegant in allusion to the island's possibly active volcano, Mount Malindig. Romblon was created as a politico-military district by the Spanish in 1853 and was declared a sub-province of Capiz. In 1917, it became a distinct province, and on October 1, 1946, Romblon was designated as a special province with 4 municipalities: Tabas, Romblon, Sibuyan, and Maghali. Under the Spanish colonial rule, Romblon was first handled by the province of Arevalo, Iloilo. The authority was only shifted due to the newly founded province of Capiz. Prior to the advent of the Spaniards in 1569, Romblon was also inhabited by indigenous Filipinos. Palawan is thought to be derived from the Chinese phrase Palawu, which means the land of lovely safe harbor, and the Spanish word Paragua, which resembles the form of the island to a tight umbrella. Palawan has highly rich variety due to the fact that it includes 87 different cultural groupings. Because of its closeness to Asia, it is highly influenced by China, India, and the Middle East. Due to its unique cultural history, Palawan also practices a variety of religions. In 1572, the Bicol area was first referenced in Spanish texts. The Bicol region was named after the region's largest and longest river. Its inhabitants are widely renowned for its fondness of spicy dishes, and its active volcanoes and whale sharks are popular to tourist attractions. Albay is a province made up of 15 municipalities and 3 cities, with Legazpi serving as the province's capital. It was named after Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, a Spanish adventurer who arrived in the Philippines in 1565 and began the enormous colonization of the Philippines. When Juan de Salcedo and his 120 men visited in 1575, They dubbed it as Albay after the surrounding territory which was known as Ibalon. Albay, which meaning by the bay, sprang from a little village beside a mangrove swamp. Camarines Norte was created by the Philippine Legislature in Act 2809. It was when Camarines Norte was separated from Ambos Camarines in 1829. It was also the home of the first Rizal monument, century-old churches, and cascading waterfalls. One of the oldest houses in Camarines Norte is called the Rufino Pabico Ancestral House. Camarines Sur, also known as Tierra de Camarines a century ago, is a distinct Spanish-founded settlement. Discovered by the Spaniards in 1569 by Captain Luis Enriquez de Guzman and Father Alfonso Gimenez. It is also a home to the world's tiniest fish, the sinarapan. The province of Camarines was established in 1636 and was separated in 1829 to become Camarines Sur and Camarines Norte. Catanduanes City was established as a sub-province of Ambas Camarines, with Don Felipe Ocero serving as its first lieutenant governor. The island was transferred to the province of Albay during his tenure. The island was found in the early months of 1573, when a party of Spanish conquistadors went in search of pirates conducting their trade along the southern Luzon coast. It was noted that the Spanish conquistadors gave it the name Isla de Cobos in early 1573. Masbate is one of the Philippines' earliest towns. Archaeological records suggest that Batungan in Mindanao and Bagong Bayan in Palanas are important communities during the Bronze Age in 4000 to 1000 BC. Masbate derives its name from the Latin masbad, which means an abundance of gold. According to the records, the first voyage to investigate Masbate was undertaken by Captain Luis Enriquez de Guzman in 1569. And when they arrived in Cebu 1 year later, before the finding of Manila de Goiti. Sorsogon City, also known as the Cityhood Law, was established by the Republic Act 8806, which was signed into law on the 6th of August 2000. The term Sorsogon comes from archaic Bicol word that means to trace. Sorsogon occupies a total area of 2,119 kilometers, the southern-eastern point of Luzon's Bicol Peninsula. Western Visayas consists of 6 provinces, including Aklan, Antique, Capiz, Guimaras, Iloilo, and Negros Occidental. It is one of a key fisheries development area because of its 84 coastal municipalities and inland bodies of water. The Visayas became part of the Spanish colony of the Philippines, and the history of the Visayans became intertwined with the history of the Philippines. Its native name Cabis-ay-an, a word in Hiligaynon. Aklan is the oldest province in the Philippines, organized in 1213 by the settlers of Borneo, and is originally known as Minoro it Acayan. The Spaniards call it Aklanon because they asked the locals for directions, and the locals thought that they were asking for the name of the local river, which was actually Acayan. In 1790, Antique was converted into a politico-military province with the town of Antique. Tradition holds that it was founded by the Bornean Malays in the 12th century, although it was debunked as a hoax. Because of its aesthetics and historical significance, it is perceived that Antique has a high value and is named as any object that is old. Capiz became a chartered city on May 12, 1951, through the sponsorship of Ramon Acuña Arnaldo. It was approved by the President Elpidio Quirino on April 11, 1951. Its old name, Panay, with the spelling Panai, later spelled Panay with a Y, was given to the island when the Spanish reorganized the island in 1703. It was also believed that the name Capiz was derived from the Visayan word capid, meaning twins. Guimaras, or its old name Himalas, is believed to be named after a folk tale of an ill-fated lovers named Princess Gima and the slave Aras. It was first discovered by the Spaniards headed by Gonzalo Ronquillo de Peñalosa, who wished to establish a settlement in Arevalo because he was struck by the beautiful sceneries of the island. This province takes pride in its pristine sandy beaches, coves, caves, islets, and green landscapes. Came from the shape of the city, Iloilo City was named because of its unique shape of a nose, Irong-Irong nose-like. It was the last city that was surrendered by the Spaniards, and the Philippine flag was raised here to celebrate it on December 25, 1898. There was also beliefs that there is a hidden city in Iloilo which is named Datu Amo. It is said that it is a home of a Mongolian-looking tribe known as Tumao. Negros Occidental was established as a military area in 1734 and was originally known as Buglas, an ancient Hiligaynon name that means cut off. The island is said to have been split from a bigger continent during the previous ice age due to the increasing sea levels. Negros Occidental is renowned as the sugar bowl of the Philippines for its chicken inasal and thriving sugar industry. Cebu and Bohol are the two largest island provinces in Central Visayas. This area was created on September 24, 1972, when the provinces of the Philippines were grouped into 11 regions and its name was selected by American colonists. It features some of the most beautiful beaches, diving locations, and historic landmarks dating back to 1521 in Cebu City. Miguel Lopez de Legazpi and the priest Andres de Ordaneta found Cebu on April 27, 1565. When they arrived, they established the first Spanish settlement and a Catholic mission for the whole Philippines archipelago. Cebu was also a commercial port visited by merchants from China, Thailand, the East Indies, and the Arabian Kingdom. Because of its fascinating past, it is also known as the Queen City of the South. Bohol was the destination of the first international treaty of friendship with a foreign country, signed between a Spanish conquistador, Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, and a native chieftain of Bohol. Bohol is also known for its chocolate hills and tarsiers, the world's smallest primates. Baclayon was the first municipality founded by the Spanish here in Bohol. The United States reformed the Negros Oriental Province in 1901 and established a civil administration with Demetrio Larena as a governor. It was originally named as Buglas after the Spanish who occupied our nation, referring to the island's residents with black skin. Siquijor was founded in 1565 by the Legazpi expedition, commanded by Esteban Rodriguez, a group of Spanish explorers. According to an old belief, Siquijor erupted from the depths of the waters after a previous earthquake that affected the whole Visayas. Tradition has it that King Quixote gave the island its name, and that previous locals referred to it as Cataguasan. Eastern Visayas is well known for its marine activities, including scuba diving, snorkeling, and surfing. It is a Filipino administrative area that occupies the eastern part of the Visayas island chain. The San Juanico Bridge is also a well-known landmark and is known as the longest and most beautifully crafted bridge in the Philippines. It is also the location of the Leyte Landing Memorial Park when a crucial event in our history, the return of General Douglas MacArthur occurred. Biliran Island was known as Isla de Panamao during the early Spanish era. The phrase referred to a type of ethnic fishing net. He later changed his name during the 17th and early 18th centuries. It was developed from borobiliran, a natural gas that grew abundantly on the island plains during the Spanish era. Biliran was also established in 1712 when they petitioned for the status of the municipality and parish. Eastern Samar was known by several various names back then, including Samal, Ibabao, or Sibabao, Tandaya, and others. Eastern Samar was similarly established by the Republic Act No. 4221, which was passed by the Congress on June 19, 1965. Eastern Samar is well known in Filipino history for having Monhon Island off the coast of Buuan, where Magellan first set foot in the Philippines. The province's southernmost town overlooking both the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean. Roy Lopez de Villalobos called Leyte, which was known as Tandaya to early Filipinos in 1543. In February 1543, here he christened Filipina after the King Philip of Spain. Its population increased quickly after the 1900s, and before being invaded by the Spanish, the island was also home to a society controlled by Datu Candus. Northern Samar was established on June 19, 1965 by the virtue of the Republic Act No. 4221. The province is quite new, yet it has important religious and historical significance. It is also well known for its natural rock formations on Berry Island and San Jose's white silky sand beaches. It was constituted as a province in 1768 after being detached from Leyte, prior to the arrival of the Spanish in 1596. It was known by several names, including Samal, Ibabao or Sibabao, Tandaya, and others. Samar was divided from Cebu and Leyte in 1735, and designated a single province with Carigara and Leyte as capitals. Samar is derived from the local dialect Samad, which means a wound or cut. It characterizes the island's characteristics, which are extremely craggy and cut by streams from several rivers. The last campaign of the Philippine-American War, which lasted from 1899 to 1902, took place in Samar, and it is one of the most well-known and infamous battles of the conflict. Southern Leyte has a shared history with its home province, Leyte. Since Ferdinand Magellan discovered the Philippines, the province's history has always been linked with that of its mother province. Its history is one like the first documented blood contract or the covenant of friendship between Ra Colombo and Magellan, and it was launched as a province on July 1, 1960.